Welcome to the space for transformational leaders to unleash their magic, see better client results, work lighter, and live sourced. Hi, this is Darla Ledoux, founder of Sourced and author of Shift the Field, and welcome to this video about interacting without impact. This could also be called the curse of being nice. Are you a nice person? One of our mentors used to always say, serial killers are nice. That's how they get you to get in the van with them, right? Yet I know for me, this is something that I've personally dealt with is I like people to like me. I like to be a nice person, right? Now the alternative is being kind, and kind is better than nice, but I don't know about you, but I like to be perceived as a nice, good person. I like people to like me. It really bothers me, not so much anymore since I've done this healing work, but it's always really, really bothered me when people don't like me. And so how does that bode for being a transformational leader and really having your conversations or your interactions with people make an impact? Being a transformational leader is not for the faint of heart. If you are someone who wants to spread possibility on the planet, wants to help people to understand that they can create from a whole new energy space and have their life be totally different, you're probably not going to do that by being nice and being liked by everybody. You're just not. And so you need to get some clarity about your commitment to making an impact and what is the priority of that as compared to your commitment to being nice or fitting in or being liked or towing the line. And what I find is, I review people's conversations, coaching conversations, sales conversations as part of my certification program. And one of the things I find a lot of times is the place where someone kind of loses impact or loses potency in the conversation is right where I can almost hear them thinking something and hear them suppressing it, like not actually speaking the truth of what's present for them because they don't want to ruffle feathers or upset. There's a whole host of reasons why. In fact, in my first book, I wrote about a story about a client who she literally, her mom would lock herself in the closet, or not in the closet, in her bedroom and not come out for days if she said something to upset her mom. Days, right? And she's like 6. And so she learned that, well, what I say can really cause problems for people. And so she would think something, she would suppress it, she would not say it, she would say something else, and then the sale call would just kind of fizzle out, right? Because she wasn't speaking truth, she wasn't seeking impact. In fact, she was trying to avoid impact. This happens a lot, right? Where we are instantly, for a whole host of reasons, suppressing ourselves. This came up the other day. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine that I met here in my new city, a new friend who has a job. And she asked me, she said, what do you do when someone says they're authentic, but they're not? And I thought, well, I don't know, that doesn't happen a lot where people come and tell me how authentic they are. But she was having this experience, so I said, tell me more. And there was a person that she works with who, that one of the things she talks about a lot is how important authenticity is to her. And yet she found out that this person had gone behind her back and, I don't know, talked to the boss or done something that was kind of backstabbing that, was going against her claim about being so authentic. And so she said, well, what would you do? I said, did you talk to her about it? Did you let her know? Did you have a conversation about what happened and how it impacted you? oh no, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that, right? That would just like politically at my company, that would be bad. I can't do that. And so she didn't, right? And so the conversation I had with her is, well, this is really about what are you committed to? And if you're committed to authenticity, right? These things are always a mirror, right? If you're committed to authenticity, then being a leader committed to authenticity would mean you'd have a conversation with her and you'd let her know the impact, even if, it's going to have a consequence in your company, right? That's what it is to have an impact. That's what it is to have an impact, is to say your truth, even if there's going to be a consequence or people are going to have a reaction or people might not like you, or it might, create some political upheaval. If you being in your truth creates political upheaval, that upheaval probably needed to happen, right? And if that upheaval happens in a way that doesn't work for you, then it's probably not the right company for you. And so again, just like in a sales conversation with a potential client, if you hold back because you don't want to upset them, you're probably not going to get the sale. In this kind of situation, if you are holding back to keep your job, you're probably not going to be really happy in that job. And so all of this is coming from fear or scarcity. If I upset you, I won't have you as a client, and then I will not have enough money. If I upset you, I won't have you in my life, and then I'll be alone and I will feel afraid. If I speak my truth and I upset you and I lose my job, now I don't have money, right? But it's like you would find a new job. 100%. Every time we suppress ourselves out of fear, we're actually losing our ability to make a real impact. Now, that doesn't mean everybody has to go around being a transformational leader and making an impact in the world in that way. I hope it continues to spread. It really is. But that's not true for everyone. But if that's your commitment, and that's why I asked her, right, what is your commitment here? Are you committed to being that kind of leader? And if so, you got to have the conversation. And if you're not, then you're not. Then don't get upset, right? Don't get upset with someone who's out of alignment if you're also choosing that path. Is this helpful? What are you hearing in this? How might this be showing up in your life where you're interacting with people, but you're keeping it surface? You're not really going there. You're not having the potency, and therefore you're not having the impact that you could have. Where's this showing up? And how is it affecting your ability to attract clients, to convert clients, and to powerfully serve your clients in this space? I'd love to hear. If this is helpful, please like, please subscribe, spread the word. It really does matter for me and for our community to draw more like-minded folks who are committed to really having that impact. This is Darla Ledoux, and I'll see you soon.